Big breaking story here on India Today's non-stop coverage. Both the Russian and Ukrainian peace delegations have just arrived for talks. At the respective site on the Ukraine-Belarus border. Ukraine's defense minister Reznikov has just arrived and he's part of the delegation.
Also, very tragic event when the only in the world, the biggest transport plane, Mriya An-225, was destroyed by Russian shelling. It was unique plane, the biggest in the world. Now, even with modern technologies, it's very difficult to build something like this. Taking into account all these tragic events, shellings, killings, Ukraine applied to Hague Court, International Court of Justice. I mean these military crimes and so on. Just 1 hour before this meeting, I received a report that missile hit ambulance. All the people in this ambulance were killed. You saw, I am most grateful to our Indian friends, to the majority of diplomats here. You saw that in front of embassy, there is the show of solidarity with Ukraine. People are voluntarily bringing flowers, toys, because as I mentioned, 16 children were killed, lighting candles. Every evening at 7 o'clock, we are holding commemoration ceremony with lit candles. Situation, I think that you also monitor the general international situation. Every day, new and new sanctions are imposed upon Russia. You saw that yesterday, airspace of Europe was closed for the Russian airplanes. Today, on the pro-governmental Russian side, was information that Minister for Foreign Affairs of Russia, Mr. Lavrov, cannot get to Geneva for the UN conference on disarmament and human rights. And United Nations claimed that they cannot help him to get there. You see the real situation. On the one hand, I do not understand what Lavrov could do at the UN Human Rights Conference. On the other hand, मेरे लिए अफसोस की बात यह है कि he has not reached Geneva because there will be too many questions to the Russian side on this issue. Let's look at the economic situation in Russia. Let's look at bank rates, at the rate of ruble and other economic indicators. Due to these powerful sanctions, Russian economy is crippling every day. Ukraine already set up hotline for the parents and the relatives of the Russian soldiers fighting in Ukraine, for those who got lost in Ukraine. There are thousands of calls. You saw today on all major newspapers, on the front page, the real pictures, what is going on. Burning houses, burning Russian tanks, burning Russian armored vehicles. Russia is having absolutely unpredictable for them and unprecedented casualties. According to official estimate, the military casualties, killed and wounded, of the Russian soldiers is approximately 5,300 soldiers and officers. A lot of prisoners of war. Many of them are absolutely young conscripts, 18, 19 years old. And this figure is mounted. The figure of destroyed Russian planes, tanks, armored vehicles, heavy guns is also mounted. Unfortunately, together with these figures, our casualties are also mounting. And as I mentioned, not only military, but civilian. 2 days back, Ukraine.
That was Igor Polika, the ambassador of Ukraine to India, detailing some of the developments as far as the Ukrainian fight back is concerned. 2 images on your screen right now. Helicopters with the Ukrainian delegation arriving at that site of talks in Belarus, and on the left, the picture of the actual meeting room where these peace talks will be taking place. 3:30 p.m. India time is when these talks will be taking place. So that's the big story we're tracking very, very closely. Gaurav Sawant and Rajesh on the ground. They've been in touch with the government. They'll be bringing us up to speed on what the strategy Ukraine is going to employ is. Because remember, right now things are very, very interesting. Putin's invasion of Ukraine has not perhaps gone down to plan in terms of completing the invasion very, very quickly in a day or two. It's already day 5. Ukraine will be negotiating from a defensive position for sure, but it certainly has demonstrated a capacity to fight off a much larger army that continues to besiege many of their cities, particularly Kyiv, the capital, as well as Kharkiv, where some of the worst fighting is currently taking place. I want to tell all of our viewers that the people of Ukraine do not hold much hope in the talks that are about to take place in just about an hour and 15 minutes from now. They believe that these talks are happening under pressure. These talks are perhaps Putin, in a way, affirming that maybe the invasion has not gone down to plan. It could be a combination of reasons why talks are happening at this point. But with the military of Russia deployed in such large numbers inside Ukraine, to have peace talks seems to be a major conflict. People are perplexed. And on the back of it, you've got President Putin also raising the nuclear stakes by putting his nuclear arsenal on high operational alert. A message not just to Ukraine, but the rest of the world, especially NATO and the West. Where this round of talks is taking place. You've got those images on your screen. Quickly, as far as Ukraine is concerned, this is Ukraine. That's Red Russia, of course. This is Belarus, which is a satellite state of Russia. That location pointer on the Ukraine-Belarus border, on the banks of the Pripyat River, which flows into Ukraine, is where the talks are going to take place. We'll have our reporters live with us in just a moment. Remember, equal-sized delegations from both sides. The defense minister of Ukraine also confirming. Let's move to the next story. We've got images coming in from the venue, images coming in from of the helicopters with the delegations landing there at the Belarus-Ukraine border. and a reality reminder of what's happening inside Ukraine. Some of the worst fighting is still taking place in that country. And it is amidst all these images that are coming in that you're seeing these peace talks that will take place in just about 1.5 hours from now.